watching WKYT News at noon.
Good afternoon. The news continues at 12:30. It is a way to say thank you to firefighters who worked so hard to stop a massive fire.
That fire destroyed the Bluegrass stockyards and several nearby businesses last Saturday. Mayor Jim Gray declared today Firefighter Appreciation Day to honor the firefighters' efforts. WKYT's Caitlin Sentner is live now to show us what's being done for those firefighters. It's our top story at 12:30. Caitlin?
It's devastating seeing what's left here after the massive fire at the stockyards. It took more than 120 firefighters to battle the 3-alarm fire. And now all that work they did on scene for all of those hours didn't go unnoticed. Part of leak eliminators was destroyed in the fire, but where we are right here is what's left, and they're hosting a lunch for the firefighters today to show their appreciation. They aren't the only ones in on Firefighter Appreciation Day. We stopped by a local elementary school where students are happy to say thank you. A lot of students from Meadowthorpe Elementary School live in fairly close proximity to the stockyards. They watched through their windows as smoke billowed into the Lexington sky Saturday. The students understand the severity of what happened, and they also know it was brave men and women who contained the fire and made sure everyone was safe.
They are just very appreciative. Some of them, it was very personal to them, and just wanting to say thank you. And, thank you for keeping us safe all the time.
Now, firefighters are at leak eliminators right now having lunch and hanging out with each other, and they also got a very special surprise from those students. They got a handful of handmade cards showing appreciation and thank yous. In Lexington, Caitlin Sentner, WKYT.
Caitlin, thank you. The lunch continues through 2 o'clock this afternoon.
Evidence is slowing down the case against a man accused in a gruesome murder. Police say John Kaywood stabbed James Holiness in Lexington back in October. This morning, attorneys said it is going to take 8 months to get evidence submitted to the state police lab back. The judge told Kaywood's public defender to make a formal request to rush the results. The judge wants them back in 4 months. Kaywood is to be back in court on April the 8th. We're tracking the investigation this afternoon into an overnight gas station break-in. It happened about 2 o'clock this morning at the Marathon on Versailles Road. Police say someone used rocks to break out a window and get inside. We're told the burglar got away with cigarettes and money. You'll soon need to be keeping a closer eye on your speed while driving through most of downtown Lexington.
Last night, the Urban County Council voted to lower the speed limit on some streets. WKYT's Michelle Chamberlain shows us the changes. Michelle?
The speed limit for more than 20 streets in downtown Lexington will drop from 35 miles an hour to 25 miles an hour. The hope is to keep walkers and those riding bikes safer in downtown Lexington. The Urban County Council voted last night to lower the speed limit for portions of 22 streets in downtown Lexington, including sections of Virginia Avenue, Limestone, Upper, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and Jefferson Street.
Yeah, because people's flying around corners not paying attention. They need to put it down.
One of the council members, Russ Hensley, told me the main reason for the change was pedestrian safety. The idea to lower the speed limit was brought to the council last year after astounding statistics from 2014. There were nearly 230 car accidents involving pedestrians and cyclists that year.
Slowing it down a little bit wouldn't hurt anything, especially as I'm about to walk across the street.
Well, it's kind of hard to go 35 downtown anyhow. It's so slow, but, I know they want a lot of pedestrian traffic, which is good.
A lot of people are careless, and we are growing into a metro city, so I think it's an amazing thing.
The 25 is not an awful speed limit in a downtown setting.
The mayor's office is telling me there will be 160 speed limit signs they'll need to put up, and it'll cost about $5,000. Also, the new speed limit is set to take effect this spring. In Lexington, Michelle Chamberlain, WKYT.
Michelle, thank you. And streets like Main, Broadway, and Vine will not have a speed limit change. Those streets are owned by the state. The National Transportation Safety Board wants to lower the legal blood alcohol content limit for drivers. The current legal limit is 0.08. The NTSB wants it dropped to 0.5. The agency says the change would lower the number of alcohol-related crashes and deaths.
Hillary Clinton is pushing back against a Bernie Sanders line of attack today, while Donald Trump's potty mouth has offended a former First Lady. Craig Boswell has the latest from the campaign trail from New Hampshire.
Bernie Sanders hit the campaign trail early Friday at an Eggs and Politics event in Manchester.
Trillions of dollars have flown from the middle class to the top 0.1%.
Sanders has a significant lead over Hillary Clinton in New Hampshire, thanks in part to his attacks on Clinton's Wall Street ties. Thursday night, she fired back during their one-on-one MSNBC debate, calling the jabs an artful smear campaign.
Enough is enough. If you've got something to say, say it directly. But you will not find that I ever changed a view or a vote because of any donation that I ever received.
Some undecided voters braved a snowstorm to hear Sanders speak.
How do you see Tuesday playing out? Do you see record turnout?
I do. I think there's a lot of people who really want to see change in this country right now.
On the Republican side, Donald Trump is in the lead. Thursday, he went on a profanity-laced rant.
We're going to knock the out of ISIS. You can tell them to go themselves.
Trump's speech shocked former First Lady Barbara Bush, who was joining her son Jeb on the campaign trail.
I don't think a president would ever have shouted profanities in a speech in front of thousands of people with kids in the crowd.
Who did that?
Your buddy.
Bush has a lot of ground to make up to catch Trump and 3 other candidates ahead of him in the latest poll. Craig Boswell, CBS News, Manchester, New Hampshire.
Donald Trump canceled a campaign event in New Hampshire today because of the snowstorm. He will be in South Carolina tonight before returning to New Hampshire for another GOP debate. You can see that debate, by the way, here on WKYT.
The next time you Google something, you might be looking at a Central Kentucky student's artwork. Google selected Dunbar High School student Maggie Cook Allen's artwork as the best Google Doodle in the state. Her theme was, "What Makes Me, Me?" She says her artwork was inspired by her love of math.
It's just mind-blowing. I think it's incredible that my just little design could be such a big deal.
5 finalists will be chosen from the 53 state winners. One of those 5 will be unveiled as the national winner on Google on March 21st. You can vote for Maggie by visiting doodleforgoogle.com.
All right, let's see how she does. Well, researchers have identified a reason why we lose hair as we age.
And the new test making it easier to detect a potentially life-threatening condition in pregnant women. Those stories next in Better Living.
We have a system getting closer to us back toward the west. Does that mean anything falls out of the sky there for the weekend? I'm going to talk all about that and also the snow for next week. It's coming up next.
Ready for the Super Bowl? Have we got a show for you? Friday, get your pregame on with Tim Allen. Plus, score with Super Bowl dishes. Interception! Go team talk! The Talk. Whose house? Our house! On CBS.
Looking to fall in love this Valentine's Day? Fall in love with summer at the Kentucky Sport Boat and Recreation Show. Make it a date or bring the entire family. You're going to fall in love with the selection and savings. Shop the latest boats, RVs, and motorsports. Zipline across Rupp Arena with Red River Gorge Zipline. Brought to you by Kentucky Select Chevy Dealers. This year's special guest is everyone's favorite angler, G-Man, Gerald Swindle. Visit the Kentucky Sport Boat and Recreation Show. Brought to you by Lee's Ford Marina.
The world is a pretty big place, yet somehow we're all connected. Somehow the world is at our fingertips, now more than ever, in the stylish Toyota Corolla. With Entune audio, Bluetooth, and backup camera all standard, Corolla tunes into the rest of the world like no other car in its class. Now, lease a Corolla for $159 a month with $15.99 due at signing. Stay connected. Toyota, let's go places.
Hey guys, this February, give her the gift she's really gonna love. Endless prime rib, baby!
Premium weekends at Golden Corral are here, America. Live it up with prime rib, premium jumbo shrimp, and more. Dinner's just $13.99. And don't forget the classic dinner buffet every Monday through Thursday, only $11.99. Endless prime rib, it's love at first bite. Premium weekends only at Golden Corral, the best buffet in the USA.
If you've always dreamed of a four-seasons sunroom, now you can make your dream come true. A beautiful four-seasons room lets the light in so you can enjoy the company of friends and family season after season and can increase the size and value of your home for as little as $129 a month. Call Four Seasons today and get free installation for a limited time. Live, love your life in a four-season sunroom.
Stay connected to the news that matters to you. Follow WKYT on Twitter. Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
This is the way you want to finish off a work week. It's beautiful outside. Still on the chilly side, but I tell you what, by 4 or 5 p.m., we'll be there in the lower 40s. It's average for this time of year. It's actually pretty good there for February. And then throw the sunshine on you. Yeah, it makes it feel a little bit better. Okay, let's talk about these temperatures right now. We're in the mid-30s. Once again, we are going to finish off in the lower 40s once it's all said and done, and that is normal. Go off into the evening if you're heading out to dinner, you got some games going on, whatever it may be. Just know it's going to be calm, but it's going to be pretty chilly. You'll have to grab a coat before you take off. Go in overnight and into tomorrow. We're back in the 20s, but let me tell you this. We warm very rapidly once again tomorrow. Started off in the teens this morning. Actually going to finish off lower 40s. And then you can see mid-40s on Saturday, 48 there on Sunday. So virtually all of us stay in the 40s tomorrow, but that's above average, maybe even a 50-degree reading down toward the far, far southern portion of our viewing area. Very nice temperatures and just a sun and cloud mix. There's not much going on in the forecast for your weekend. Let's talk about going off into Sunday night into Monday. That's when things get a little bit interesting. Watch this. We're going hour by hour, and this is even throwing in a bit of a mix. Look at these temperatures just above freezing. If you take these temperatures down just maybe 2 to 4 degrees, I mean, you could still get snow at 36 degrees. I've seen snow at 42 degrees before, and it all depends on how cold it is just above that surface, okay? So we're going to be watching that one closely. Even if it's a mix, I don't see it being a big issue. But I do expect some snow out of that on Monday. Look at that by 5 p.m. Here it comes, right? So really, it's going to be something to watch out for Sunday night into Monday to see how cold these models are coming in, to see if that snow really comes flying in first or if it's just a mix, because that's going to make a big difference in the forecast there on Monday for the kids going back to school, you going to work. It's just going to make a big difference, that's for sure. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. We're for sure on Tuesday and Wednesday, 100% sure that it'll be just snow. Look at those temperatures. Then you're heading toward Thursday and another shot at snow. I mean, it's going to be snow, snow, snow all next week. And the Arctic air slides on in, so any snow that falls will stick and won't move anytime soon. I mean, it's not looking like it's going to melt until maybe the next week. Yeah. So we got a long ways to go with this one. But remember, 1 to 3 inches all together. Not on one day. This is light snow, but it's just continuous snow.
Just kind of keeps coming.
Yeah, absolutely.
And doesn't go anywhere, as you point out.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mike. A new way to detect a serious condition in expectant moms and the root cause of hair loss.
Chris Martinez has details in this Better Living report.
We all know our hair thins as we age, but why? Researchers in Japan found that as we get older, DNA damage to hair follicle stem cells seems to play a role. The follicles shrink and become thinner. Ohio researchers have developed a simple test to diagnose preeclampsia. Doctors say the biochemical test examines urine samples and has 86% accuracy. Moms with preeclampsia develop high blood pressure and protein in the urine, which can lead to deadly complications for both mother and baby. And a booster vaccine that teenagers get to protect against the whooping cough loses its effectiveness after a year. That's according to researchers at Kaiser Permanente, who looked at 1,200 cases of whooping cough. They found the Tdap vaccine provided little protection 2 to 3 years after vaccination. Those are a look at some of the day's top medical stories. Chris Martinez, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Well, is your home protected against carbon monoxide?
An important question. We're talking about the importance of carbon monoxide detectors. Coming up next on WKYT.
To stand for Kentucky in a weather capacity is a huge responsibility for me because I feel like our climate is so unique and it can lead to so many different things. When weather conditions get dangerous and we call a severe weather day, I'm standing for everyone in Kentucky who can hear my voice at that moment. And that includes my family and everyone back home I care about as well. I'm WKYT Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey, and I stand for Kentucky.
By 2020, 56% of Kentucky jobs will require either a college certificate or a college degree. But only 1 in 4 public college students will graduate on time, and many may not finish at all. You can put the odds in your favor. Just earn 15 credits each semester, or 30 a year, to finish on time and save money on tuition. Talk to your advisor and make a plan. Kentucky's colleges and universities agree. Take 15 to finish on time. Get in, get out, get going.
Practice makes perfect at the S&D Indoor Gun Range in Brannon Crossing. We have trained professionals to help you perfect your skills and hit your target. We also offer CCDW classes in addition to introduction, advanced, and marksmanship tactical training. Go to sndindoorrange.com.
Bring the whole family to the Explorium. Get inside a bubble, milk a cow, or play in the river. Try camp and parents' night out. Visit theexplorium.com for details.
Get ready for spring and save big. Kevin's Carpets has a huge selection of hardwood, laminate, tile, carpet, and more. We have any flooring you need at a price you can afford. Kevin's Carpets now serving you in 2 locations, Lexington and Georgetown. Why, you'd have to be crazy to buy flooring anyplace else.
Buying a new energy-efficient refrigerator or freezer? Well, get paid to upgrade. Let our Energy Star Appliance Rebate Program help you earn cash back on a range of Energy Star certified appliances. Just visit our website to see how to get paid to upgrade. Intercounty Energy and Bluegrass Energy, your Touchstone Energy cooperatives.
Up to now, affording a beautiful smile has been, well, sketchy. Doctors Durbin, Walks, and Garner are offering an unheard of offer. No down payment and only $175 for 24 months on orthodontic treatment. Learn more at clearchoicesmile.com.
While some airports offer a few flights to a few places a few days a week, Louisville International offers daily flights to more of the places you want to go. You can get there from there, eventually. Or you can see where we can take you. Visit us today.
The Nighthawk Special, only $13.99 this week at Columbia Steakhouse.
We know they're a great value, but to see if Malt-O-Meal cereal tastes as good as they claim, we have assembled a panel of experts. Spoons are up, they are mid-crunch, and full thumbs! Malt-O-Meal cereal, thumbs up on great taste.
Welcome back into WKYT, and we have a free Friday giveaway for you right now.
One viewer will receive 52 A&W root beer floats for a year. Text floats to 25430 for your chance to win.
You love those, don't you?
I do. Absolutely, I do.
Well, it has been referred to as a silent killer. We're talking about carbon monoxide, and the only way to know that you're protected from it is by having a detector right there in your home.
Gwen Riley, the owner of Green Box, is here to talk more about it. Welcome. Glad to have you in here. And what an important topic.
Absolutely. And this is something that everyone needs to be concerned about, whether it's at home or at work. But one of the things we want to talk about is when we're in a home, we always look at 3 things: comfort, efficiency, and safety. And this time of year with furnaces, and we always want, and we're also using our fireplaces, we want to talk about carbon monoxide. So we want to share with you some of the differences in some of the monitors that are out there. This is a monitor that you can get at any big box retailer. And then this is a monitor that that specialty retailers have, and this is one that we promote, is this one.
So how are they different?
They're different in this is a low-level monitor. At the point that this one is going off in your home, you better be grabbing everyone and getting out the door.
Wow.
Because at the point this one is going off, you've already been exposed to levels of carbon monoxide poisoning that actually could you could see as flu-like symptoms or things like that over a prolonged period of time. So
And this one goes off earlier.
This goes off before you ever feel any effects. So let's say that your furnace has a crack in it, and over time carbon monoxide is getting into your home. Well, you're not going to know that until you get to the point, you might have had a week going, I don't feel really well. I feel like I'm dizzy, I've got a headache, you know, I'm drowsy. You could be thinking you're getting the flu. Well, it could actually be that you're really dealing with carbon monoxide poisoning.
Wow.
And so this one goes off quicker than that. We had an employee that actually this week had his truck on in his garage, and this was in his living room and went off immediately. So even low levels like that can be detected. So it went from outside into the house, and it was detected.
So you pointed out if you have any gas appliances, and I guess that would mean your water heater, maybe a furnace, or even a fireplace, you need to be monitoring.
Any combustion source, which means anything that you burn. So anything like that, you want to have one of these in the home.
And certainly if people don't know if they have a working unit, they need to check and make sure they do.
Absolutely. We can't stress the importance of maintenance this time of year. Check your system out. Make sure it's safe. You don't want to get into a situation where you do become ill, or worse, you know,
absolutely
have loss of life.
All right.
Great reminder.
Greenboxair.com is your website. Thanks for coming. Appreciate it. Coming next, will your Super Bowl plans include wings? For many, many, it does.
Why football and wings are the perfect combination. Next on WKYT.
Hello everyone, Amber Canoy here from momseveryday.com. We're over at Robert's Health Food with Sybil talking about weight management, because moms, if you're like me, sometimes it can be a struggle to keep your weight in check. And it seems like there's so many new supplements out there, but what are some of the ones that you're seeing that actually work?
Some really good ones are the Citramax or the Garcinia, because there's no stimulants in there, and it helps people with appetite control and sugar cravings, which is a huge thing for most people. So that one seems to work really well. Also things for less stress weight control, because most moms are stressed, and when you're stressed you tend to gain in the middle section. And then there's also cleanses, because if everything's getting backed up in the system and you don't cleanse properly, you can get cleanses from 3 days to 30 days to help the system jumpstart metabolism get going.
Sounds like a lot of great information. Make sure you visit them here at Robert's Health Food on the Eastland Shopping Center for more information.
This Valentine's Day,
shop the Castle.
Officially licensed UK watches start at $19. Kentucky BBN necklaces, Castle price only $39. Genuine cultured pearls and blue agate necklaces only $79. Shop 10 Castle locations or thecastlejewelry.com.
Do you need a little cha-ching?
We'll buy your vehicle right here at Courtesy.
No matter what make, model, or condition, we'll beat any written offer by $300.
So bring your vehicle and your title to Courtesy's Car Buying Center.
And we'll show you the money.
And that's what we like to call...
Sweet!
What's the affordable difference? It's their very affordable fees.
They care about me.
Dentures in just one day.
Their experienced denture team.
Call 1-800-DENTURE or go to affordabledentures.com for valuable coupons. Same-day dentures, extractions, and implants. Affordable fees, compassionate care, and satisfied patients.
What's the affordable difference? A great smile.
Lexington Overstock Warehouse is open this weekend only for our huge President's Day sale. Get quality furniture and mattresses at incredibly low prices. This 7-piece dining set, $597. This queen mattress set, $248. Go to LexingtonOverstockWarehouse.com for more details.
You don't have to wear smaller diamonds.
No matter what your budget, no matter what size diamond you want, for the highest quality at the lowest price, shop the Castle. Nobody makes IDU as big and affordable as we do.
Shop 10 Castle locations or thecastlejewelry.com.
Stay connected to the news that matters to you. Follow WKYT on Twitter.
Welcome back. WKYT monitoring a developing story this afternoon, and we want to pass along that we will be streaming live a University of Louisville news conference this afternoon. It's coming up at 1:30. You can see that on WKYT.com. The university president, the athletics director, and head basketball coach Rick Pitino will be delivering what is being called a, quote, important message to the university community. Again, WKYT News will have that on WKYT.com, and we'll have full coverage on our news beginning at 4 o'clock. So we'll see what happens there.
That's right.
All right, wings and football, they just seem to be the perfect combo, and there will be plenty of wings served on Super Bowl Sunday.
Greg Laswell, the owner of Wing Zone here in Lexington, is here to tell us more about it. Welcome. how can we concentrate when all this great smell is here, and it's just
well,
such
Super
a
Bowl's
temptation.
kind of become a third holiday next to Thanksgiving and Christmas. We know Thanksgiving is Turkey Day, but Super Bowl is really Wing Day.
Yeah. It is Wing Day.
It's all about the wings.
And people spend a lot of money, don't they, for Super Bowls and getting ready for a party?
Typically, we've found that people spend between $50 and $100 on food that come on Super Bowl. We've also found that most everybody watches the Super Bowl with immediate family. I found that very interesting. And then your typical get-togethers are 8 to 10 people. A spread like this is about what you need to feed 8 to 10 people, and this right here will cost you right between $50 and $100.
Not too late for people to do this, but they need to act quickly, right?
Yeah, today and tomorrow we encourage everybody, particularly if you want slots between 4 and 6 o'clock, go ahead and call us. We've got those times reserved. We also want anybody that's doing carry-out or pickup orders, we'd like for them to go to our Eureka Springs because the Southland store has been there for 16 years. The Eureka store can handle it. It's a little bigger. There's a little more parking. It's a little easier in and out.
Greg, how in the world do you prepare for something like this? How do you get enough chicken in? Where do you store it? All of that.
It takes a lot. It takes a lot of extra help. We bring in people that's worked past Super Bowls. Of course, everybody that's with our staff is on staff this weekend, and we start preparing about 2 weeks in advance just to get ready for that 4-hour span.
And lots of options for people with the different sauces and everything they can order.
That's right. We got 17 different flavors of wings you can choose from, and then we've got all the fixings that go with it as well.
All right. I guess you don't get to see the Super Bowl, do you?
Not much, no.
All right.
Well, happy Super Bowl Sunday
anyway. Thank you. Looking forward to it. It's a big day.
Let's check in with Micah before we go. Changes coming for the weekend and certainly next week.
Yeah, and for the weekend it's for the good. For next week, yeah, not so much, unless you love snow and the real cold that's going to be diving on in here. We're talking 42 the rest of the day. Still sunny skies. Looks beautiful. Saturday and Sunday we get a little bit warmer, 45 and 48. We'll take that. Then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. If we had Friday on here, which when Chris comes in here at 4 p.m., he'll have Friday on there, more than likely we'll at least have a chance at snow. It's going to be almost every single day of the work week next week with that chance of snow. Once again, that comes up with those updates at 4 p.m.
All right, don't forget WKYT.com with that news conference from the University of Louisville coming up at 1:30.
Your news is always on at WKYT.com. Have a great weekend, everybody.